Page 26, pedal play. They're introducing you to a contraption called the damper pedal. It has other names. Sustaining pedal, special effects pedal, legato pedal. There's all kinds of names for it. Doesn't matter. What it does is it lets the notes continue to sound even if after you lift up the keys. The problem is it changes the sound. A note without the pedal sounds different than a note with the pedal. For instance, in a 5-finger position, any 5-finger, doesn't matter what it is, we're in G position, so I use that. If I play a note here, that sounds a certain way. But if I play it with the pedal, it sounds different. That's important. So a note without the pedal, with the pedal, it sounds different. So we have to be very careful in using the pedal. I change the pedal stuff in these books constantly because I don't agree with what they're doing. A lot of times all they want to do is they want to give you a chance to use the pedal, but they're keeping it simple for you. So they're messing it up by keeping it simple. And you get used to hearing the messed up sound. And you start thinking, well, that's all right. It's what it sounds like. No, it's not what it should sound like. It's messed up. And so I want you to understand, I'm going to adjust the pedaling probably as we go through these books, because I want you to understand what's going on with the pedal. If you're going to use pedal, why are you using it? What's it for? What's it doing? What's it accomplishing? And you always learn a piece first without the pedal. Fingers and hands only, so you can hear everything going on with the fingers and the hands. Then when you go to add the pedal, you can hear the difference. Yeah, it's very important. So the pedal indication they show you is here, this little line. There's a line going down, a line going across, and a line going up. In theory, when the line goes down, that's when you push the pedal down. You hold the pedal down for as long as the line goes across, and then when the line comes up, you let the pedal up. In reality, the up and down lines are not exactly where they go. That's where a teacher comes in to help you learn when to push the pedal down and when to lift it up, because you can't rely on the pedal indications in the music for that. Now, let's just briefly look at pedal play because it's pretty simple. All we have here at the beginning is we have the G, a D, and a B. Okay. And 2 measures later, you have an A, a D, and a B. A C, excuse me. And then the next line is a C, a D, and an A. And then here. So we're just playing these chords. These, second line is, that's all we're doing here, playing. We don't want to focus too much on the notes. We want to focus more on what the pedal is doing. Now, most of the time, we will use what's known as a lag pedal or syncopated pedal. Legato pedal, it's called all kinds of things. It's where the note goes down first and then the pedal. The idea is I want to start the sound first before I release the overtones, because when you release the dampers out like that, it's got overtones. That's why it sounds different, all these overtones going on. This is why a G by itself is here. A G with pedal, that's the overtones doing all that stuff. I want to start it before I release the overtones. So I'm going to play the note first and then the pedal. Now there's other ways of doing this. This is the first one we're going to learn. This is the one you're going to use the most. So they're showing you the line is right after the notes. That's because the finger numbers are in the way. But that's the idea. Push these notes down first and then the pedal immediately after. Here. And now the line, according to what they're saying, the line goes all the way across the second measure, and then you lift it up at the end of the second measure. So it's 1, 2. See, I lift the keys up immediately because they're only 1 beat long. 1, 2, 1, 2. And when 2 is over, then I do the next one. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. sort of how that's what they're showing. Now, if you want to hear the rests, you got to lift the pedal up. So maybe I just pedal the first beat where the notes are. 1, 2. So here the notes go down first in the pedal, and then I'm going to release the pedal with the notes at the same time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, like that. It's a different sound. That's interpretation. How you use the pedal, or whether or not you use the pedal, is part of interpreting the music. Since this is repeated, maybe one time you pedal it one way and another time you do it another, because when you play something twice like this, would really like to change something. I didn't really talk about the piece because this is more focusing on the pedal. And this isn't much of a piece, it's just a bunch of chords. So again, it's just note, then pedal, and then lift it up right before you play the next note. There's just a speck of silence between measures 2 and 3. Just a speck of silence. Again, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. That's what we're after. I'm not going to do a play with me on this. You can do this. If you have any questions, you let me know. As far as physically using the pedal, your heel's on the ground and your foot's on the pedal, and different people will use different parts of the foot. I typically use around the ball of the foot, the base of the big toe, somewhere in there. You'll decide. And when you're on it, you leave your foot on the pedal. Just be careful not to rest the foot, because that can raise the dampers up. That messes it up. But you leave the foot on the pedal for the whole piece. If you're going to use pedal at all, put it on the pedal at the beginning of the piece and leave it there for the whole piece. Don't be putting your foot on the pedal, taking it off, put this. We don't dance at the piano typically. So you put your foot on the pedal and you leave it there if you're going to use it. If you're not going to use pedal at all, then you take your foot off the pedal and leave it on the floor if you want. That's fine.